What's going on, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. I hope everyone is enjoying their 4th of July weekend. It's going to be a lot of fireworks this weekend, and we got a lot of firework news to talk about, and we got a movie review for you guys today. So let's not waste time. Let's get started with our big piece of news, and that is we are coming in at the end of June, and now we're going into July. Now, May was kind of mid, June was great, but I feel like July is gonna top this one. So let's look at the first week of July. So starting with July 7th, we got another Seth Rogen produced comedy, which is called Joyride. I saw the trailer for that. That looks very interesting. I'm very excited to watch that one. And then also on July 7th, we got Insidious, The Red Door. And this will be Patrick Wilson's directorial debut. So he's going to be directing this one. I'm very interested to see that one. So that's everything on June 7th. Then on June 12th, we got Mission Impossible, Day of Reckoning Part 1. Yeah, I am very excited for that. That was definitely on my anticipated list. I can't wait to see that one. And then after July 12th, the big doubleheader. We got Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer and Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's Barbie. Man, like I said, July 21st is going to be a head-to-head battle. And then closing out on July 28th, we have Disney's The Haunted Mansion. Now, this one is going to be based on the Disneyland version of the Haunted Mansion ride, not the Disney World version at Orlando, because the Disney World version of Orlando is based on the 2003's The Haunted Mansion, where it started with Eddie Murphy. So, very excited for that. So, that's your biggest movies that are coming out in the month of July. Let me know in the comment section below if you're watching on YouTube. Let me know which one are you looking for most forward to. And then with that out of the way, let's get into some more mainstreaming news. Is that The Flash has catastrophically dropped in its second week. Man, that's not good. It immediately dropped 72.3%. And I just got the news that The Flash, it's being pulled out of theaters. Man, like I told y'all, I even made an appearance on Jordy's Corner. Shout out to the Jordy's Corner. And I even made an appearance to say that the DCEU is done. They are completely done. Man, they just like, okay, we seen The Flash, but now it's time to move on. It's time to move to 2025. That's where we get the new DCU, and that's where we're gonna move into James Gunn universe, and we get ready to see Superman Legacy. Yeah, they're completely done with the DCU. I know we got the Blue Beetle, even though that's it's still supposed to be a DCU movie, but yeah, and of course Aquaman 2. So, and we just gotta have to bypass those movies there. Moving on, how-to versions of Across the Spider-Verse end up in theaters. Well, we got 4 possibilities here. Is that one, when the Spot is going to put his finger in the middle collider, he either says, which would not be good, or he says, what the heck. Second note here says, when Ben Riley grabbed Miles during the chase scene, he either says, I'm going to get you trapped in my well-defined muscle sculpture so I don't even, or this one's called the sleeper hold, and I'm using my bicep to construct your. Third note, it says, during the scene where Miles' dad chases the Spot, he chases the Spot at the beginning. He falls through one of the spots, He's either get a scene where he grunts and looked up, or you get a quick one frame reaction of his face. And then fourth note here says, one version seems to have a build-up cut from when Miguel was going to be bitten by the vulture before the helicopter interrupts. So I know there's probably a lot of cuts to in this movie, but I wonder when they reintroduce the revised version of the Across the Spider-Verse, if any of those things changes, but we don't know. We just have to wait and see how they do when they come out of digital. Is it still going to be the same as when the first one came out in theaters, or are they going to give us the new revised version? I don't know. But continue on with the story. This was coming from IndieWire. They said, here's what happened. Sony shipped out the international version of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Early in transparent proposed, a person close to production told IndieWire that's normal. What is not normal is that several of the last-minute changes failed to make it from the Los Angeles editing lab into the film screen international version. That could be from a failure to update it early in translation purpose only, print and just good, or just good old-fashioned running out of time to make the deadline, but which that was one of our several questions to Sony, though we did not immediately hear back. Did they rush into the first version, and that's why we got this revised version? Is the international version is the revised version? I don't know, but man, it's gonna be I'm just here, and I'm definitely hearing rumors that that the Beyond the Spider-Verse might get delayed. It may not even coming out next year. So I don't know. I'm just like you guys. I'm waiting to hear the news, and once I hear the news, I'm gonna give it to you all. So that's what I'm gonna say. And then this last piece of article says, another piece that is clearly unclear. We ask if it's Sony updates prints indeed to rectify the volume issue, reflecting the update that immediately divided the old international print with the new current domestic print. The multiverse is confusing. Wow, there's definitely going to be some changes there. But moving on. Comic-Con is in trouble. Disney, Sony, Netflix, Universal, HBO, Marvel Studios, and Lucasfilm are skipping it. Ooh. Whew. That does not sound good at all. I wonder if this has any effect with the writer strike as well. But there are several, 3 companies have not said they're skipping yet. They haven't decided yet if they're going to skip or they're going to come. And those 3 companies are Max, Warner Brothers, and Paramount. So those are the 3 companies that have not decided whether they're going to go to Comic-Con or skip it. So we just have to wait and see what's going to be the decision for those 3 companies. But moving on. Christian Bale refused to be in The Flash. Would it have been better? I would say not really, because Christian Bale's Batman is way different. Because look, Christopher Nolan's the Dark Knight universe is way different from what they was trying to do. So I would not recommend putting Christian Bale in there. It would not make sense to me. I would leave it alone from Christopher Nolan's Batman universe. That should be staying its own thing. So yeah, that's my point of view. But let's read this article. What it says: Warner Brother asked Christian Bale for months and months, hoping that he will break down, and he was like, no. So Warner Brothers was like, let's get another Batman. And they just grabbed George Clooney. Like, I was fine. Even though I was shocked, but I was still fine with Clooney. Then I was like, they couldn't get Val Kilmer because he had the throat issue. So it is what it is. But moving on. Superman Legacy has officially cast Superman and Lewis. So let's see what Variety has said. DC Studios has Night In, a new Clark Kent and Lois Lane. David Kusui and Rachel Brosnahan will play the coveted parts in James Gunn's Superman Legacy. Man, those are definitely some great pairings there, and I cannot wait for Superman Legacy in 2025. Those are going to be very, very interesting. Moving on, Secret Invasions had the second lowest premiere viewership for Disney Plus MCU shows. Man, that's tough. But let's read what Total Film had to say. According to Sab TV, 994,000 U.S. holders turned into episode 1 of the Samuel Jackson's Lead series, which dropped on July 21st during its first 5 days on the streamer. This is the second lowest figure of any other Marvel show. Only Ms. Marvel came in behind it with 775,000 households turning into Comic-Con's explosive when the first premiered on June 2022. Man, listen. Yeah, Ms. Marvel was very mid to me. But I'm very interested in Secret Invasions. I'll definitely get my full review once the whole season has been uploaded. But man, that's crazy to think about. Like, yeah, it is going down, but it is what it is. But continue on with the story. But by contrast, the premiere of She-Hulk, which mostly recent MCU show before Secret Invasion, had 1.5 million viewers, and the first episode of Loki and Moon Knight had 2.5 million and 1.8 million viewers respectively. Man, that's gonna be very interesting. And I wonder if Loki gonna have that same household viewership when the second season premieres this year. But moving on. The Witcher Season 3 review. Henry Cavill's final season early reactions. So the first volume is not released on Netflix. But let's look at these top critics had to say. So this is from Ahmad Watson from Empire Magazine says, with plot lines finally beginning to collapse, this is the tightest, most action-packed season of The Witcher yet. And then moving on, goes to Vicky Josephin from the London Evening Standard says, really? It falls to Cavill to carry the whole thing, which he does to opera. The man utterly sells it. You care about Grutland, and when he is not on screen, the whole thing suffers. This series will be partnered without him. So, in case y'all didn't know, so after this season, Henry Cavill's gone, and then Liam Hemsworth is going to be taking over the role. So it's going to be tough without Henry Cavill. But moving on to a couple more reviews. This one's coming from Jake Seal from The Guardian. Says, can the show cope without Henry Cavill? It will be painful, but The Witcher has enough going for us to imagine life without him. So, and then moving to Jay Leonard from AV Club says, what happens when a natural is no longer the option? That's the question that Volume 1 has set up, but this is particularly legitimately split, even by Netflix standard. Cutting off is just as the season major themes start to take shape. Man, this is the Volume 1 is going to be very interesting, and Volume 2, man, it's going to be crazy. Moving on. Boba Fett. James Mangold was making a borderline rated R film. A Star Wars rated R film. That's very interesting. So, let's see what Variety had to say. Mangold's Boba Fett movie has never got off the ground, and he recently said on the Happy Sad Confessions podcast that it wasn't too surprising on giving the overall tone of the project. At the point I was doing it, I was probably scaring the shit out of everyone, Mango said. I was making much more of a borderline rated R, a single planet spaghetti western. They would probably would have never be able to embrace Baby Yoda if I had made that. It did really belong in a world I was kindly envisioning. So yeah, I get what they was trying to do. I would not put it in there, especially with involving Baby Yoda. I would let it have be its own thing, just focusing on Boba Fett and not anything else. Like Mando don't need to be in there. Just focus on him. Yeah. So if they was just doing that, then they can make it rated R. But now I understand what Mango was coming from. So yeah. Moving on. Barbie is glamming up for a 80 million between 80 and 100 million opening with pre-sales bigger than The Little Mermaid. Oppenheimer has a shot at 50 million in terms of box office. So let's read this report saying that the Barbie is projected to crush Oppenheimer in the opening weekend. So let's see a couple notes what Deadline says. A weekend start of 80 million maximum is what we are hearing, and that is to temper down expectations because Barbie on paper has all the glitz for a potential 100 million start. That's going to be very interesting. And then a 40 to a possible 50 million opening is expected here, with the Universal movie having full control of the IMAX theaters for 3 weeks. Nolan's Dunkirk opened at 50.5 million, laying out to 189.7 million in 2017. So that's going to be very interesting. And of course, they released Tenet during the COVID season, and that's what led to Christopher Nolan leaving Warner Brothers and started doing business with Universal. So yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting. But like I told y'all, if Oppenheimer and Barbie can knock off Mission Impossible and after Mission Impossible opening week, then they'll have a slight chance to see who's gonna make it number one and who's gonna make it number two. But like I said, after Mission Impossible have its release week, and then after that week, it's really going to be a triple threat match between Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, and Barbie when it comes to the box office. Yeah, so but that's all the mainstream news and headline topics I have for you guys today. But let's get into our last topic for today. Is that we have a movie review for you guys today, and that's on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So this is the 5th movie of Indiana Jones, and let me tell y'all something. I grew up on the Indiana Jones franchise. I watched the movies. I always go to the Indiana Jones show that they have at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. And man, and before the 5th one came out, they just released the all 4 of the previous Indiana Jones films. So I took the time out to watch all of those previous Indiana Jones on Disney Plus. So you already know my feelings on the first three. The first three Indiana Jones movies were epic. None in order. They was just great on their own. And after when I watched the third one and see how looking at the ending, I feel like that was the real Indiana Jones ending on there. The fourth one, it was just there because I remember seeing it in theaters. So like, me still being excited to see Indiana Jones there. But yeah. But now with the fifth one came out, and just by looking at it, I think we all can just kind of like appreciate the fourth one. Well, you guys have your own decision. You can ask yourself and say which one is better. Is the fourth one better or the fifth one better? And which one is going to be on the top and which one's going to be at the bottom of the barrel? So it's pretty much up there. But talking about the fifth one, this one was directed by James Mangold. And if I had to pick another director that's not gonna be Steven Spielberg, James Mangold is the guy to do it. And now going into this to this fifth one, this was set in '96. This follows Indiana Jones and her estranged goddaughter Helen Shaw as they try to locate a device that could change the course of history before Jules Valder, a Nazi turned as a scientist that could get it himself after an ulterior outcome of World War II to correct Adolf Hitler's mistakes. So, like I said, going into this the fifth one, I knew this one's gonna be the very mid, and of course it was, and I didn't really hate it. It wasn't all that great, but it was still good to watch. Of course, Harrison Ford was great at Indiana Jones. Anytime you see Harrison Ford in the Indy suit with the hat and the whip, it's just great to see. The action scenes were great, and I know some people were complaining about the visual effects and the CGI, but during the opening sequence with the de-age Harrison Ford, I feel like it was pretty good because it got me back to the good old days of Indiana Jones. So I didn't really not mind that at all. It was really good from what it was. And let me just say this. Helen Shaw, I didn't like the character. Like, I'm not saying the actress is bad because I know she's very. I know the actress is really good as far as the acting is concerned. I just don't like the character at all. I just don't like the way it was written. I'm sorry. Like, if I had to choose her and Rey from Star Wars, I would lean towards Rey to carry on the Star Wars legacy. I would rather see Helen Shaw carry over the Indiana Jones legacy. Like, I cannot see her. If they ever do like a spin-off or some kind of like series of Indiana Jones, don't put her in there. I'm sorry. Like, even when her and Indiana Jones were on screen together with the partnership, like, I didn't really felt nothing. Like, I didn't see it. Like, it was very nothing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I couldn't fit. I couldn't buy into it at all. And yeah. And the other thing I would say, I felt like it was too long for what it was. That they could have cut some parts off. Like, there was some parts that like it was very boring. Like, yeah, they could have shortened that runtime down. And there was a lot of quotes and lines and in the movie that references to old old movies and other that past Indiana Jones movie was which was fine. And but yeah, but and then also the ending, like, they was trying to do what Indiana Jones 3 did, but I don't know. I think they did just kind of that they tried to give Indiana Jones a set off, but I don't know. Y'all let me know when y'all watch it. Do y'all really call it a send off? Because I didn't. I don't know. I can't really tell y'all for that. But other than that, I would give this a C plus. C plus grade for me. Like I said, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was very mid. Like it's like it's worth watching in the theaters one time, and then after that one time, then you'll be like, I'll just probably want to watch it again on Disney Plus. So that's my thoughts. A C plus grade. That's why I'm giving for the Dial of Destiny. But other than that, man, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy your 4th of July weekend. And of course, for all my YouTube viewers, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new videos are uploaded. And then also comment down below all the thoughts and topics that was discussed today. Let me know which one you were interested in. And then, of course, if you listen to me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast streaming platform, don't forget to follow me there as well. But other than that, folks, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.